From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk.
You're watching All-Star 15 TV. To bring you all the action from Derby, Connecticut, here is AJ Capote.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. We are just closing out practice for the American Badass Racing 250. It is race 2 of the round of 12 for the Wheels America Cup Series. We are at Talladega Super-Speedway. After tonight's race, we will see who will move on to the round of 8. So, as we have about 10 minutes of qualifying, I'd like to thank welcome all of you to Talladega, Alabama for a 90-lap event. And when I say event, I mean it is going to be fun, it's going to be interesting. So, with that being said, we are here for the Badass American Lager 250. Everybody gets one fast repair, a maximum incident number of 30. 4 sets of tires. Fuel is set at 50%. Stage 1 will conclude at lap 20. Stage 2 will finish at lap 50. And the conclusion of this race will be on lap 90. We will have one green-white checkered finish. So with that being said, I'd like to mention that all of our playoff drivers will have the little green spoiler, front end, and nameplate across the top. So I will show you a driver now that we have cars on track. We're going to look at Michael Bennett. That driver of the 19 will be going towards the back of the field due to penalties acquired in last week's event. But just like what I said, you see the nice bright green? Those will show your playoff drivers. And while we're talking about playoff drivers, let me bring up the point standings after last week's race. Jonathan Wright was your winner last week. He is the only driver that is safe. Frankie Bararso is up 51. Mitch Diamond up 39. Jeff Tetro is plus 31. Matthew Fleming plus 29. Steve Tucker is plus 21. Josh Larson is plus 19. Now here's where it gets very, very hairy. Josh King is only plus 1 over Jesse Erdman. Jesse Erdman is minus 1. Matt Smith is minus 3. Robert Hissong, after having issues at Kansas last week, is minus 13. And the driver you see on screen right now, Mike Bennett, is minus 19. It's going to be very interesting, very fun. We are at Talladega, so you are going to see plenty of drivers working together, teams working together. And as I say, teams working together, they have made alliances within their Discord to see who is going to work with who. And I'd like to see how that's going to transpire throughout the race. Very, very fun track to run. I've ran plenty of races at Talladega Super-Speedway. And when I tell you, it can get hairy, being 3 and almost 4 wide at some points. It can definitely get hairy. So with that being said, why don't we go trackside for the singing of both the Canadian and American national anthems. We will return following both of those with an interview from last week's winner, Jonathan Wright.
You're watching All-Star 15 TV. To bring you all the action from Derby, Connecticut, here is AJ Capone.
And we are back, everybody. Just finishing up qualifying as we speak. About 3 more minutes left. Right now, just to cover some filtered time, we're going to watch Tony Edwards. I think he might have just finished, actually. We have any drivers just starting? Yes, we do. It's the 12 of Frankie Bararso in the Mach 2 Aerospace. We're going to follow that playoff driver around. He is currently on a timed lap going through the tri-oval now. You're going to see him cut towards the inside. There he goes, trying to get the best lap possible. That lap does put him... Does not say. Interesting. Did not register a time on him with that lap. And when we get to racing, we are running NASCAR rules. So that yellow line, that double yellow line going below it is out of bounds. Going through 3 and 4 right now, carrying a good chunk of speed, it looks like. Gonna come off the bottom just a little bit down the front stretch into the tri-oval. Let's see where Frankie Bararso will be starting this American Badass Racing 250. And survey says P1 with the exact same time as Matthew Fleming. Let's go to Brandon Perry, non-playoff driver. Have less than a minute left in qualifying. I don't know if Brandon is going to get a timed lap. He might. He definitely might. He has 25 seconds to make it around to the start-finish line. Through 3 and 4 with 10 seconds. They do give you a slight buffer. Don't know if he's going to make it. Looks like a lot of drivers are not taking a time. And that's it. His lap does not count. He gets very close. And there it is, everybody. There is your starting grid for tonight's race. Frankie Barroso, Matthew Fleming on your front row. Second row consists of Josh King and Tony Edwards. Row 3, Thomas Meeks, Mitch Diamond. Steve Tucker, Kevin Bullock are row 4. Row 5, Robert Hissong and Josh Larson. Row 6 is Jeff Tetro and Mike Corvu. Gonna extend that a little further. Starting 13th and 14th, Matt Smith and Ryan Piscato. 15th is Jesse Erdman. 16th is Jonathan Wright. We'll be talking to him very shortly. 17th and 18th is Matt Opplener and Anthony Williams. 19th is Reese Kelva. 20th, Michael Bennett. He will be going to the back. Charles Ballant and Brian Crocker, 21st, 22nd. 23rd is Travis Twitty. 24th is Adam Newbert. Blake Lothing will go off from the 25th position. And the 26th position goes to Robert Richards. Brandon Perry, who didn't get to the line fast enough, will start 27th. And Luke Doberman in the 01 Chevy is going to be shotgun on the field 28th. So, why don't we go get our winner from last week? Let's go talk to Jonathan Wright. Jonathan Wright, AJ Capola up in the NDNT booth. You got a copy, pal? Hey, dude. Looks like you qualified in the top 20, so we'll say 16th. You are in the back, but I don't think it matters. You are sitting here, the only driver safe to head to the next round. What kind of... How does that make you feel? Like, does that give you like a, I don't care what happens kind of thing? Or are you trying to kick somebody out of the playoffs by possibly them not winning the race? There you go. I like the sound of that. I see that you are running the scheme of the race tonight, the American Badass Racing 250. Well, I do like the scheme. I love the team. You guys are awesome. But once I saw the Atlanta Braves on your back, I was, Yankee fan over here. And no, we're first place. I don't care. But, dude, you have a half a lap away from going green. Good luck. Glad to talk to you. And hopefully we get to talk to you by the end of this. See you later, pal. That was Kansas's winner last week, Jonathan Wright. Let's go towards the front of the field. This is going to be fun, interesting, and when I say it's going to be chaotic, it is 100% going to be chaotic. There are your leaders, Frankie Bararso and Matthew Fleming. Pace car is taking the left-handed turn down pit road. We are going to go green on, obviously, green. For the first start of the race. See Josh King pull right up to the bumper of Frankie Bararso. Just waiting for Barney the flagman to wave that green flag. And here we heard it there, everybody. Go. Passing the start-finish line for the first time. Stage 1 ends at lap 20. We have a long way till we get there. They remain side by side, going through 1 and 2. Top run with a little bit. Is Matthew Fleming going to cut down in front of Frankie Bararso? He does. Looks like Mitch Diamond is running a Dale Jr. inspired paint scheme in that 65 Budweiser. He is also a playoff driver here tonight. But Kevin Bullock right behind him is not. There it goes, the 18 to the lead. That is Tony Edwards. Tony Edwards, a very, very good plate racer. He's got the point, going to stay up in that high side. Here comes the run from the inside. Kevin Bullock blinking just for still actually out a little bit. Kevin, get that. Oh, no, Kevin's there. Did somebody else blink out? Got 2 lanes building. Bottom lane, obviously, a little more put together. They should have a decent run going into turn 3. Those playoff drivers are out there with the green spoilers, the green splitters, and the green nameplate. Right now, your first, second, third positions are all playoff drivers. That is Matthew Fleming, Frankie Bararso, and Josh King. Putting lap 3 on the board, we are hauling the mail. Looks like Mitch Diamond is going to split Tony Edwards. Tony Edwards in nowhere's land in the middle, going to be falling back. Ooh, look at this move. Look at that. Playoff driver in the 28, Robert Hissong, going to the extreme outside. Looks like Steve Tucker almost took a look. Right behind him is Matt Smith. Matt Smith definitely has to do something. Matt Smith is -3. Gonna need to get some points over some of these drivers. Josh King only +1, but doing very well, sitting in the 3rd position. Looks like a run might be coming on that outside. Robert Hissong is going to try to side draft some of these low lane drivers, and right to the lead he goes. Strong push by Mitch Diamond puts that 28 to the lead. Are they both gonna drop down if they end up being clear? Let's see what happens coming out of turn 4. Both drivers are clear. They are going to stay high. Kevin Bullock also assisting in that push. Both drivers are moving down in front of Matthew Fleming. 5 laps on the board. 15 to go in stage 1. Once the leader takes the 20th lap flag, that will put out a caution. Still doing pretty good up front. You see Frankie Barrasso currently in the 8th position. Doesn't look to be that far back, but when they are side by side like this, just a little bit can be 5 to 10 spots. Right now, all the way up to 16th place, that is Steve Tucker. He is 0.95 behind the leader. And look at this, Kevin Bullock makes a heck of a move with the assistance of Josh Larson, a playoff driver, and Jeff Tetro on that outside. Look at this, bottom lane is fighting back. Bottom lane is powered by the 28 of the Robert Hasong machine, Mitch Diamond in that 65 Budweiser. Two very, very good lines formed. We have lap 7 on the board in 1 and 2 once again. Looks like a couple drivers, playoff drivers, have decided to move towards the back just a little bit more for a precautionary, because it looks like the racing is really starting to intensify. But as I say that, we are bottom lane dominant right now. Right. Kevin Bullock still doing a very good job up front. Josh Larson blinking going into turn 1 there. That can be very hazardous for the drivers behind him. Hopefully everything is sounding great on your end. You can't hear me. What do you mean you can't hear me? Oh, you couldn't hear Jonathan Wright. Ah. We'll have to talk to him later on. I know why, but I apologize for that. So we have lap 8 going to lap 9 on the board right now. Kevin Bullock has dropped all the way back to 7th place. Could possibly lose. Yep. Back to 8th place, Adam Newbert on that outside, up 17 positions. He is the biggest mover of the race. Once again, I apologize for the interview with Jonathan Wright. There's a reason why I have that chat normally shut off, just in case somebody jumps into the chat in my ear. They don't get taken over the race audio. But your leader, Jeff Tetro, 2nd place, Mitch Diamond, Robert Hasong. Your top 4 drivers are playoff drivers. You got the 7 of Josh King in that Ford Mustang. Bottom lane is dominant right now. Look at this outside slowly starting to form up. As they go down the backstretch once again, we are 10 laps into this race. That looks to be the 17 on the outside, the purple 17 of Adam Newbert, holding a very pretty wheel. Why don't we actually check out the driver of that 65 Budweiser machine let's go see how it looks like in the cockpit of Mitch Diamond's beautiful race car. You see a bunch of American Eagle right there. Jeff Tetro right in front of him. Look how much that steering wheel is moving. By much, not very much at all. But that's what you need to hold a pretty wheel. That way you're able to be pushed and to push the guy in front of you. He's going to get a little bit of a late entry into the turn. No harm, no foul. This is going to be a lap. You are redlining around this racetrack, especially if you're Mitch Diamond. Looks very good in the 65 Budweiser car. Gonna go back to watching the race from TV2, our wonderful camera that is stationed outside of the racetrack. A lot of passing going on as we're about to put lap 13 on the board. Here is your top 10 drivers. There is Jeff Tetro sitting in first. Mitch Diamond currently sitting in second. Robert Hissong currently third. Fourth place is Josh King. Fifth place at the moment is the 17 of Adam Newbert. Sixth place is Ryan Pescato. Blake Lothan up 18 positions, currently in seventh. Michael Bennett currently in eighth. Ninth is Kevin Bullock. And in 10th, it is the 88 of Matthew Fleming. Those are your top 10 drivers as we run lap 13, about to put lap 14 on the board. There it is. So what's going on, everybody? You are watching the Wheels America Cup Series playoffs. This is the round of 12 second race. Tonight we figure out who will be moving on to Bristol next week. This race is named the American Badass Racing 250, and that is for looking for right now American Badass Lager, born in Michigan and made in America. Man, that sounds good. I would love to have a cold one of those right now. But we are 5 laps away from the end of stage 1, where the top 10 drivers are awarded stage points. Might get a little hairy with some of these drivers that need stage points, like Jesse Erdman, Matt Smith, Robert Hissong, who's currently sitting in that second position, minus 13, and Michael Bennett, who's minus 19, and currently sitting in the 6th position. Everybody doing a really good job getting around this Talladega Super-Speedway. You are watching the Wheels America Cup Series on All-Star 15 TV in association with Extreme Sim TV. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. Subscribe to All-Star 15 TV. We will follow the Wheels America Cup Series all the way to their conclusion at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Oh wow, we just hit 100 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. Just starting this channel for broadcasting purposes about a month ago and already at 100. Thank you. Thank you guys very much. Your leader right now, Jeff Tetro, Mitch Diamond, Robert Hissong still sitting at a 3rd position. Your top 4 remains unchanged. But here comes Blake Lothan on that outside, being pushed by Steve Tucker and Matt Smith. Seems like we have a couple people rooting for Thomas Meeks. Robert Hissong's normal fan base is in the chat. What's going on, everybody? Robert Hissong, you saw him currently sitting in that 6th position, but due to that high side, Blake Lothan takes over the race lead. The 55. Where is Thomas Meeks? Thomas Meeks is now in 6th place, now 5th place. Moving up in the world in that high lane. There he is. Beautiful looking car. A little bit of an outside view there as they go down the front stretch. Gonna put lap 18 on the board. Steve Tucker, Matt Smith, your leaders right now. They are gonna leave Thomas Meeks in that high lane. That's very unfortunate for him. But here comes the 45 of Jesse Erdman. But no, he's gonna stick with Matthew Fleming in the middle. Go back to TV2. TV2, I think, has a better view of a lot of stuff going on. We have spread out completely. Something is happening with Mitch Diamond as we're about to get the white flag. Let's go see what happens with this 65 machine coming off a pit road. Oh, he disappeared. There he is. He's back. Does he just get loose on the apron? It says he wrecked. Guessing not. No, he looks to be good. Let's see. We are 3 wide up front. Steve Tucker, Thomas Meeks, Matthew Fleming. Blake Lothan gets out of there. They are catching a car very fast. Steve Tucker on the inside, followed by Matthew Fleming and the 19 of Michael Bennett. Looks like Thomas Meeks is falling back just a little bit. We have a race to the line. Steve Tucker up front. Matthew Fleming going to cut underneath him. Matt Smith is going to help. And it looks like Steve Tucker. We're going to call the caution out, see who they give first place here. It looks like Steve Tucker is your Stage 1 winner. So let's get a talking to Mr. Steve Tucker. Gonna get the old Discord situated. Steve Tucker, AJ Capola up in the booth. You got a copy. Just making sure that you are the stage winner.
Hey man, I know that was really close. I think actually Matt Fleming is the stage winner.
Okay. Thank you very much. I will pull you back up there and wait till after pit stops. All right, everybody. Just for confirmation, I wanted from our league owner, Matthew Fleming, your stage 1 winner. We will get a talking to him once we conclude pit stops. Very slow on this stretch right now. It looks like people are coming down to service their vehicles for the first time here tonight. Alright, so we're going to talk with Matthew Fleming once he leaves out of pit road. That was very too close to call in real time. But there's the 88 Beer Nuts brand snacks machine. And away he goes. Let's get a talking to our stage 1 winner, Matthew Fleming. Matthew Fleming, AJ Capola in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What a crazy finish to stage one. Congratulations on your victory there. How does that set you up for the rest of the race and to possibly making the next round?
That brings a lot of confidence. The stage points are really, really important here as we go at the end of our round here. Yeah, there's a lot of confidence. We had a lot of good teamwork there. Just happened, me and Steve teammate up there. So as long as one of us got it, I mean, I was content pushing him, but the 19 went high, so he went up there blocked, and is what it is. We got our win. It's great teamwork. So yeah, looking forward to the rest of the race here.
Yeah, definitely pads your number a little bit coming into the race. You were plus 29, so it's got to put you in a little bit better position going further. Hopefully we get to talk to you at the end of the race tonight, so good luck in stage 2 and in stage 3 if we don't talk to you before that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, everybody, that was stage 1 winner on your screen, the Beer Nuts driver of Matthew Fleming. We're about to get started with stage number 2. Stage 2 will conclude at lap 50, so we have a 30 lap or so dash to that caution, but we will be right back. We're going to send it to the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, and we are back. Thank you to the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast for being a channel partner of Extreme Sim TV, and it's also my show, my podcast. New episode comes out tomorrow where we're talking about the season 2 recap and review of Amazon Prime Video's The Boys. Go check it out wherever you get your audio podcasts. But right now the lights are off on the pace car. It is Steve Tucker, P1, and P2. It looks to be the 59 of Blake Lothan. Row 2 is Matthew Fleming and Matt Smith. Row 3, Mike Bennett and Josh King. Such great racing in that first stage, side by side in its entirety. Glad you all can be here with me tonight. Hopefully your week has gone by relatively well. It's almost over if you work during the week. Have one more day to go. But like I said, thank you all for being here. Hit that like button. Wow, we're already up to 7 likes. Once again, thank you all. Hit that subscribe button. We just hit 100 today, and I can't be more thankful to all you guys, but there goes the pace car hitting pit road. Steve Tucker, Blake Lothan, Matthew Fleming, and Matt Smith. Let's see who's going to win stage 2 as we are about to go green, coming up to the Geico restart zone. And there they go. Excellent launch by both Steve Tucker and Matthew Fleming. Blake Lothan comes down to be the third car on the inside, followed by Matt Smith. Mike Bennett in the 19. You see him right there on the outside of him. It is the 7 of Josh King. That is your top 5 just off the restart. But as I say that, here comes that top lane. Top lane is Josh King and Kevin Bullock. You can see the playoff drivers with the accents of the green on the spoiler, splitter, and name banner. We'll see a couple of those drivers get taken out after the race tonight with being eliminated. Here comes the run to the outside. Kevin Bullock with a good arrow push on that outside. Josh King to the lead. There, side by side, up front, a little squirrely is Ryan Piscato in that 6th position. He's the number 3, the 3rd car on that outside. Laps in the book. Coming to 25. Right now, coming out of turn 4. Inside lane with the advantage, led by Steve Tucker. Matthew Fleming and Blake Lothan on the inside lane. Top three cars on the outside is King, Bullock, and Piscato. Just a huge battle of attrition. We just hit the 10 o'clock hour on the East Coast. You were watching the Wheels America Cup Series playoffs. Round of 12. This is race 2. This is an elimination race. The race is called American Badass Racing 250. Oh, Piscato gets tapped. Turn. Big incident.
Man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Big incident. We are going to have to go back and see that. Ryan Piscato, big incident. Let's see. We are going to go into a chase view of his far chase. Let's see what happens. That 4. The 04. That's Reese Kelva in that 4. He's just going to bump Piscato in a very bad spot. Gonna send him loose back up into the 4, the 45, Robert Hissong, the 55 of Thomas Meeks. Looks like the 86 gets into it along with the 5 of Anthony Williams, and both Reese and Piscato on their lids. There goes last week's winner, the 04 of Jonathan Wright. Big incident here. Wow. Wow. That was insane. That was huge. Well, Paul Nagy, thank you. Thank you very much. Glad you are here as you have been the last couple weeks. I think Phoenix might have been your first race. Your driver, Thomas Meeks, we will actually see if he has any damage and is down pit road looking for the 55. As he's coming down pit road, the camera's about to change. Let's see if he's got any damage on that car. Camera changed the wrong way. No, he actually looks pretty good. Robert Hissong right behind him is going to have to use that fast repair. Watch that car turn into a Brit. There it goes. Brand new vehicle. But every driver gets one fast repair. And that's it. Big accident on lap 25. Reese Kelva gets into the back quarter panel just a little wrong on Ryan Piscato, sending Ryan into the wall head first coming out of turn 4. Good thing this is a sim, because that would have hurt badly. But then again, I know somebody who had force feedback all the way up and got into an accident and it broke their wrist. So what's going on, Joe? Mr. Gulf McLaren F1. You want that beer nuts car to win? Well, there he is. There's Matthew Fleming. Matthew Fleming was your stage 1 winner. And going into the race, he was plus 29. So he was sitting pretty good. sitting pretty good and then winning a stage. I'd say he's maybe, if not safe, almost safe. Got 14 people watching. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Outside of that, if you can, got any social medias, please hit that share button. Share out the broadcast tonight. I appreciate anything any of the viewers do. You guys are wonderful, you know that. This league is absolutely wonderful. Steve Tucker, your leader. Matthew Fleming currently sitting in second under our second caution of the evening. Kevin Bullock currently sitting in third. Frankie Barrasso fourth. In fifth, it is the 21 of Brandon Perry, up 22 positions since the start of this race. Blake Lothan is going down pit road, maybe to just top off. So now in sixth is Josh King. Thomas Meek's going to currently slot into the seventh position. Eighth goes to Josh Larson. Michael Bennett going to be the ninth vehicle on this restart, and Mitch Diamond will round out your top 10 in that 65 Budweiser Chevy Camaro. Absolutely, Caleb. We will gladly show Josh King's beautifully sponsored car. And thank you for sponsoring a driver within this league. I am very fond of the Wheels America Cup Series. Well, there's the back end. I don't know if you wanted the back end, but I will say that Ford Mustang is very nice, and you can tell it's a Ford Mustang. Go with the rear chase. Racing Corner Podcast. Ooh, I'm going to have to check that out. I'm 100% going to have to check that out. Got nothing else better to do while I'm at work. And everybody else in the chat, please go check out the Racing Corner Podcast. See, everybody's got homework now. Got 2 podcasts to listen to. The Nerds Doing Nerd Things, and now the Racing Corner Podcast. I like how the scheme is set up, too. It looks so good. Alright, it's got a little damage on it due to the most recent incident. Josh King, also a playoff driver here tonight. He came into the race +1 point to the good. I can definitely tell you that has completely changed. We're going to move towards the front of the field now to see the restart. Pace car is taking that left-handed turn off the racetrack towards pit road. Steve Tucker, Matthew Fleming going to lead this field to green. Now, Caleb, please feel free. How do we find your podcast? Please type that into the chat so I can tell our wonderful viewers.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Steve Tucker, Frankie Barrasso gone on that outside. Matthew Fleming is going to allow both drivers to cut down. Josh King going to stick to the high side but lose Kevin Bullock to the inside lane. And then just passes the 7. Comes right back up in front of him. Mitch Diamond getting towards that top lane. Only 3 drivers on that outside. Looks like we're bottom dominant right now. Steve Tucker, your race leader, coming back to the line, finally at full song. Remember, we are running NASCAR rules, so that double yellow line is completely out of bounds. Can't pass below. And look at this. This inside lane is just very formed together. Outside lane now has some drivers led by Kevin Bullock, Mitch Diamond, Matt Smith, Tony Edwards. And I'm trying to look and see who I think that might be. That's Reese Kelva, right behind the 18 of Tony Edwards. They're gaining a little ground on this bottom lane, but not by much. They need to be a little bit tighter. They are side drafting a little bit. You saw the separation with Kevin Bullock and Brandon Perry on that inside. Moving up just a little bit. Next one to try to side draft would be Matthew Fleming. Kevin Bullock is going to need to get a little bit closer. There it goes. They're pinching them down. Moving up. Mitch Diamond, Kevin Bullock. Great duo. That's assisted by Matt Smith, last year's Wheels America Cup Series champion. Kevin Bullock to the lead. Is he going to stick with Diamond up top, or is he going to come down to block Steve Tucker? Both right now staying up top. Caleb, I will read that at the next break, whether that's a caution or either stage or caution or both. Steve Tucker, Frankie Bararso, Matthew Fleming on that inside. Grouped together nicely. Started pulling away from Kevin Bullock. It's cool to hear Matthew, Caleb Matthew. Very cool. Glad you sponsored a car, but we have a massive battle up front. That outside lane has completely dissolved. Only 5 cars, when just laps ago they had about 8 or 9 up there. You are watching the Wheels America Cup Series. We are on lap 33 of 90. Stage 2 concludes on lap 50. The Wheels America Cup Series is currently being broadcasted on All-Star 15 TV in association with Extreme Sim TV. This is the elimination race of the round of 12. Stage 1 winner Matthew Fleming currently sitting in that 3rd position. Great racing up front. Looks like we have a little cloud cover over the racetrack. Gonna get a little bit of a closer shot for you guys. Caution, it might just be a little bit louder. But there's Steve Tucker, Matthew Fleming, and Frankie Bararso. I said that completely out of order. Your leader is Steve Tucker, followed by Frankie Bararso and Matthew Fleming, all on that inside lane. Kevin Bullock is making another charge on that outside with Mitch Diamond. There's that beer nuts machine. Joe, I know you were rooting for it. Great racing up front as Bararso and Diamond with a heck of a push from Matt Smith and Reese Kelva come down to block the inside lane, leaving Matt Smith completely out to dry with Reese Kelva. Big time move with Kevin Bullock and Mitch Diamond. Now we're gonna have to see if Matt Smith has anything. Oh, now the outside line is getting together. Look at that. Look at that. Kevin Bullock continuing to lead on lap 36, getting to lap 50 in just about 14 laps. I'm going to go back to TV2 where it's not completely right on top of the drivers and you can see more of them in a picture. Your race leader is Kevin Bullock, and right behind him is a slew of playoff drivers, starting with Mitch Diamond, third place Steve Tucker, Frankie Bararso in fourth, Matthew Fleming in fifth, and in sixth is the 35 of Matt Smith. We have all gone single file for the time being. Would not be surprised in another 5 to 7 laps if we see two lanes start to brew once again, heading towards the end of stage 2. Currently hauling the mail, 37 onto 38 laps in just moments. Just about 40 minutes into this event, and we are almost halfway through. I'm AJ Capola in the NDNT broadcast booth, bringing you the Wheels America Cup Series on All-Star 15 TV. Right now, your leader is Kevin Bullock in that 62 Fulcum Tracker Racer, or Track Racer machine, followed by the Budweiser Badass Racing Team 65 Chevy Camaro. Third place is Steve Tucker. And then in fourth place, it is Frankie Bararso. Fifth place brings you the 88 Beer Nuts machine of Matthew Fleming. Other playoff drivers in the field. Let's see where they are. Matt Smith currently sitting in sixth. Josh Larson in the 51, currently sitting in eighth. Josh King in that Racing Corners podcast number 7 Ford Mustang, currently sitting in 10th. Robert Hissong leading the second pack, currently sitting in 15th, followed by last week's winner and the only safe driver, Jonathan Wright in the 04. Jeff Tetro in the 87, currently sitting in 17th. Jesse Erzman in 18th. I think that is it for playoff drivers. I'll just click through the rest of the field to make sure. Yes, we are sure. Up front still is Kevin Bullock, followed by Mitch Diamond. Doesn't look to be building any bit of raciness. You see Matt Smith all the way back in the 6th position start looking to go high, but gonna cut right back down in front of Reese Kelva. So, sorry about that. I was having a little bit of a coughing fit, and I know you guys didn't want to hear it. Here comes everybody to pit road pretty much. Staying out is the 7 of Josh King, followed by Thomas Meeks and Mike Bennett and Charles Balance. They need to get on pit road. Nice, no speeding. Frankie Barrasso is going to head towards his pit box, followed by Mitch Diamond. There's Frankie Barrasso, perfectly in his pit box. Not going to take any tires. Nobody should be taking tires. And away they go, packing it full of fuel. Looks like Mitch Diamond's going to get off first. Kevin Bullock going to lose a lot of spots. On pit road, same thing with Steve Tucker. Let's see what this front pack, are they going to stay out? They do. Robert Hassong, the 04 of Jonathan Wright, having a heck of a run on that outside. Here comes the American Badass Racing Team. Same thing with Jeff Tetro. Gonna blow by these drivers. You're gonna see Josh King try to cling onto that draft ever so slightly. When do these drivers come to pit road? We're about to hit the halfway point of the race, but we only have just about 5.5 laps to go in stage number 2. And they remain to stay out. Right now, Robert Hassong, your leader, the 04 of Jonathan Wright, sitting in that second position. Jeff Tetro in the third position. Josh King currently in fourth in that Racing Corner podcast machine. And in fifth, it is the 41 of Charles Balance. Pretty great racing going on here so far. And they're staying out once again. It looks like Charles Balance is really having an issue with blinking. That can be very bad for pretty much everybody. Everybody around him. We have 4 laps to go. Once the leader hits lap 50, the caution will fly. Currently, how far back is that other pack? They are being led by Mitch Diamond. They're about 27.5 seconds back. Still staying out on the racetrack. Here they come to pit road. Here they come. Josh King staying out. Same thing with Charles Balance, who continues to blink very badly. Ryan Piscato in the 3, and Thomas Meeks. There's Adam Newbert, Anthony Williams, Mike Bennett, and Blake Lotham. Now I'm very curious to see where Robert Hassong, Jeff Tetro, and Jonathan Wright all cycle out to. Well, they aren't going to be with that lead pack, because that lead pack is going with a full head of steam. And here comes the 7, and they are spinning. Thomas Meeks. Around they go. Charles Balance and the 55. We stay green here at Talladega Super-Speedway. Both are coming to pit road. Both probably going to need a fast repair. who balances very, very slow as you see Travis Twitty go along the outside. Here come the race for the lead. There's Mitch Diamond. Mitch Diamond and Josh Larson about 2.5 seconds over Matthew Fleming, Matt Smith, and Steve Tucker. Travis Twitty gonna stay high in that 29 machine. There he is. Just about 1.5 seconds over Matthew Fleming and the gang right behind Mitch Diamond and Josh Larson on your screen now. Coming to the white flag. We are on the white flag lap. Ryan Piscotto, Blake Lowe. Ryan Piscotto's out of gas. Blake Lowe then running the inside. He also might be out of gas. But here they come. Very costly mistake. Very, very costly mistake. Oh, that pack led by Matthew Fleming is gonna make a move with just moments left. Here they come into the tri-oval. They're gonna be able to do anything for Mitch Diamond. They're gonna go high. Even with Diamond, and it looks like
All right, man. Caution
Diamond is
is out.
gonna win
Caution is
stage
out.
number 2. Diamond wins stage number 2. We're going to go back and check that out, so I apologize for the rewind. Zip, zip, zip. I clicked the wrong button. We'll go back over here. I hit that. And let's see. Let's pause it right at the line. Yep, that would be Mitch Diamond, your stage 2 winner, followed by Matthew Fleming and Josh Larson. Then Steve Tucker and Frankie Bararso. Oh, nope. Hold on. It goes Mitch Diamond, Matthew Fleming, Josh Larson, Matt Smith, Steve Tucker, Frankie Bararso. I apologize on that. Still see the number 3 putting it around, almost makes it to the front stretch. We will talk to Mitch Diamond momentarily. We are going to watch as they hit pit road. What a fantastic race so far. All these drivers should be very proud in how they're driving, how entertaining it has been, and I am just over the moon with how great this racing has been. Looks like they will be taking tires here for a long, long run to the finish. Hey, Blue Gill, thank you for finally subscribing after these 2 weeks. Love you guys. Thank you very much for all the support when it comes to the YouTube channel and the support when it comes to the Wheels America Cup Series. I love talking to you guys every week along with the drivers, and as I say, along with the drivers, we are going to get a hold of Mitch Diamond. Mitch Diamond, it's AJ Capola in the NDNT broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you, buddy. How you doing?
I am doing pretty well. Very close finish for stage number 2. That must have been a little hairy with you and Larson up front like that.
Yeah, we got watching that lap car in front of us. We weren't really sure what they were going to do. We lost track of the guys behind us, and they got real close at the end there. But glad we pulled it off, and credit to 51 for pushing me there.
Yeah, well, it helps being teammates, I would assume, right?
Absolutely. This is the American Badass 250. We're the American Badass team. We got to get this done.
I still want one of those American loggers. But that definitely helps you get into the next round. Going into the race tonight, you were plus 39. I don't want to call it without it being official, but I would say you're sitting very pretty, currently sitting P2 in this running order and winning stage number 2. What you got for stage number 3 now?
Oh, we're going to go all out and try to win this thing now. Now it's all about wins and trying to get 5 more playoff points going into the next round. And car feels good behind. It feels good out front. The 65 is going to be racy.
All right, well, I can't wait to see it. I love the scheme. I think it's kind of weird that you're running a Budweiser scheme when you got your own American lager, but then again, Budweiser kind of an American lager.
The Badass Eagle is on the rear bumper for this race. He's still with us.
I saw that. I love it. I love it. But, dude, good luck in stage number 3. Hopefully we get to talk to you by the end of it.
All right, thanks, AJ.
See you later, pal. That was your stage 2 winner, Mitch Diamond. We got the one to go. Before we get going, let's send it to the Wheels America sponsor. We are back. Thank you to Wheels America for sponsoring and being the title sponsor of the Wheels America Cup Series. You are watching the round of 12 elimination race at Talladega Super-Speedway for the American Badass Racing 250. Stage 1 was won by the 88 of Matthew Fleming. See if we can get a look at his car. There it is, the 88 Beer Nuts Chevy Camaro, and stage 2 was won by the 65 of Mitch Diamond in that Budweiser Badass American Lager machine. Well, we're about to start stage number 3. It is lap 51 going to 52, and we're going all the way to lap number 90. Your leader, Josh Larson, followed by on the outside, stage 2 winner, Mitch Diamond, Kevin Bullock, and Jeff Tetro, your top 4. Waiting for it, and there
Green flag, green flag.
go. 51 with a great launch. Kevin Bullock gets the 51 just a little squirrely to the point where Mitch Diamond can't cut down. He's going to stay on that outside. Bottom lane already put together with 4 cars. Here comes Steve Tucker to make it 5 cars. Only 3 on that outside. While we get going, as you can see on the 7 machine, it is the Racing Corner Podcast. The Racing Corner Podcast can be found on pretty much any platform you find your podcast, just like the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. Apple, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts. I would also assume iHeartRadio tuned in. They record episodes weekly and talk about all of the motorsports events from the weekend. Be on the lookout for some very cool guests on board. But let's get back to the race lead. Mitch Diamond on the outside gets a heck of a push by Jeff Tetro and Robert Hassong. The 4 cars on that outside are creating a huge problem for that inside lane. Look at Kevin Bullock in that second car on the inside, right behind Josh Larson. Would not be surprised if we saw the 28 cut down in front of the 51, and that would bring both other two vehicles right down. But no, they are going to stay up in that middle lane. There goes Josh King. Josh King's going to be the leader of the inside lane. Going to force Kevin Bullock to the outside. Outside with the momentum for the time being. Look at them run. They're going to use that middle lane very well to still pull away from that inside lane. Here comes Tony Edwards, going to cut out a line, going to try to bring Josh King in the inside lane. And no, it looks like everybody's going to move to that middle lane. Haven't seen this yet tonight. You see this in real life where everybody starts running the top, but not the middle lane. There they go, cutting back to the inside. I think that was just to get around the 18 of Tony Edwards. Still your race leader, Mitch Diamond, and stage 2 winner, Josh King, going to cut to the inside, going to try to gain some spots. But Matthew Fleming is going to stay right behind. That's going to cycle Josh King pretty far back if he doesn't find a hole. He's falling back pretty good. Already back to 8th place, 9th place. Going to end up most likely right behind Tony Edwards. Hopefully he doesn't lose the draft with running so slow. But no, he'll grab it. Ooh, he almost lost it. Everybody running the middle lane right now. You see a little sparks bottoming out just a little bit. Ooh, Frankie Bararso looking to that inside, teasing it just a little bit. He's the 12 Mach 2 aerospace machine, currently sitting in the 7th position. Look at the thunder behind them, just coming out of turn 2 and hitting the backstretch. Look at all this. That's got to be fun. Got to be fun, but they are losing quite a bit of time to that lead pack, led by Mitch Diamond, Jeff Techo, Robert Hissong, Kevin Bullock, and Josh Larson round out your top 5. Looking at 31 laps to go to the conclusion of this race. Possibly 1, maybe 2 pit stops. We do have 1 attempt at a green-white checkered here tonight. There they go, flying through turn 3 and 4. Very fast speeds.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution is out. Gonna go see what happened. Ooh, got it. Previously already happened. It's gonna look for Ryan Piscato. Go to TV1. Oh, it looks like Reese Kelva below the yellow line. Gonna slow it very much down. See if there's any contact. Look to be contact right there. Reese Kelva with a bump. think on the 3 once again. Oh, it turns right down into him. Gonna cause the 3 to spin right in front of the track, right in front of Thomas Meeks. Ooh, a lot of damage. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, he's up in the air. Oh, that's not good. Oh, Meeks is nowhere to be seen right now. Wow. A lot of damage, a lot of carnage. 4th caution of the evening, 2nd for incident, and it looks like everybody's going to come to pit road to just top off on fuel. See, Thomas Meeks still running after that. Ryan Piscotto also still running. Any of them are on pit road for any extended period of time. We'll see if we can get a hold of them. Now let's see if that thing gets a fix. Alright, we are under caution, so let's see if we can go talk to Mr. Ryan Piscotto. Ryan, it's AJ in the Indian D booth. You got a copy, pal?
Sure do.
Hey, dude. Big, hard contact. How much damage do you got on that 3 Chevy?
We got some, quite a few minutes here required, so we'll be on pit road here for a little bit, but twice tonight the number 4 car got us, but I guess that's racing.
Yeah, I just commented on that myself. It just looked like a very bad bump once again, and stinks that you're on pit road. You were running rather well in that second pack. I think you guys were just trying to log laps and be easy with it, but man, second time in 3 and 4 where your nose slams into the outside wall.
It's unfortunate. We got in front of the 4 car there this last time, and we're all in fuel save mode here, and apparently he was not as much as we were, and got us again. So, what are you gonna do?
All right, dude. It sucks. It really does. I've really enjoyed seeing how you've been maneuvering traffic when you've been able to. But maybe we can talk sometime soon. Got a nice sponsor on that number 3 Chevy you want to talk about real fast before we go send you back?
Absolutely. Sweets by Caitlin. It's my wife. Got a little good sweet tooth, and it's quite popular around here in Massachusetts. So.
Oh, you're not that far away. I'd have to figure that out.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Not too far away in Connecticut.
There you go. We deliver.
All right, cool. What team would you like me to send you back to?
It's a good question.
Was it Highline or PGR?
It was Highline.
All right, I will send you there, pal.
Thanks.
All right, that was Ryan Piscotto with the incident in 3 and 4 with the 4 of Reese Kelva. Talking to him real fast. Thank you for your time. Right now, your leader is the 45 of Jesse Erdman, not electing to pit. Mitch Diamond, Jeff Tetra, pretty much everybody else came down pit road to just top off. Currently have 11 people watching right now live on All Star 15 TV. Thank you all very, very much. Greatly appreciate all the support you all give me and the Wheels America Cup Series. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We will follow the Wheels America Cup Series all the way to the conclusion championship race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We are half a lap away from going green once again. Your leader is Jesse Erdman, followed by on the outside Mitch Diamond. Row 2 is Jeff Tetro and Robert Hissong. Row 3, Matthew Fleming, Stage 1 winner, and that Beer Nuts Chevy Camaro, and Josh Larson. All NASCAR rules still apply. That double yellow line is out of bounds for passing below it. You cannot gain a position underneath that yellow line. But we are about to go green. The 45 of Jesse Erdman will be your control car on this restart as we see 28 laps to go. Coming through the tri-oval, gonna see the Geico restart zone just pop up in a few. See the lines on the outside right there, and away he goes. Up to speed.
Green, green, green.
Ooh, whoa! What happened there?
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Whoa! What happened there? It just broke right. Whoa. Whoa. Let's see what I'm at a very loss for words. I have no clue what just made him turn right. All right. I don't even think he crosses the start finish line when it happens. We're on a far chase cam. Mitch Diamond isn't even in sight. It's like he just hits something that's sitting in the middle of the yeah. He just loses it on a straightaway, and Mitch Diamond goes to miss it, but just collides right into it. And that's going to stack up a bunch of vehicles. Robert Hissong also into it, but gets to drive away. Wow. And I think those might be the only two. Oh, here comes Anthony Williams also inside of it. I got nothing on that one. I don't know. He just broke right. Now, if there was a car there and none of us saw it, it beats me. But that's gonna hurt Mitch Diamond big time. He's currently running a modified, but I think he might be fine because he should still have a fast repair. Yeah, OMG is 100% right. I've never seen a car brake right like that. It's like Ken Block ripping an e-brake, kicking it sideways. Well, there's a first for everything. 100%. There is a first for everything. And I can safely say that surprised me. Well, the lights are currently still on the pace car. It's very weird. We're gonna have to talk to one of those drivers afterwards to see what happened. Are we gridding up yet? No. Let's see if we can talk to Jesse. See if he's in one of the chats here. Yeah, there he is. There's the 45. Hey, Jesse Urban, it's AJ Capola in the Indian T booth. You got a copy, pal?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, dude. Not to try to hit you while you're down, but what happened there on that restart? You had a hell of a launch and just ripped the e-brake. It looked like and turned right.
Yeah, I don't honestly. When I shifted it, I feel like shifted. I feel like it shifted down, but I didn't shift down, so I don't know. I feel so terrible. I'm sorry to the rest of the field. I feel like an idiot.
Nah, dude,
Yeah.
it 100% happens. I've done it many times, not in these cars, but where, you just shift at a wrong point and you just lose the car. And, dude.
Yeah. Again, I apologize to everyone else. Like, I mean, I totally just ruined people's races, and that's not what I'm trying to do. And
No, and
man,
you've been running a very good race all year, all race tonight, and it was just one incident, dude. I wouldn't think too much of it, but I'm glad
yeah,
that
it
it
was
wasn't something internal on your end. I'm glad it was more of a mechanical thing in game and all that stuff. I was hoping that everything was all right with you.
yeah. God, I feel like an idiot. Like, I don't know.
Believe me, dude,
It's
it's happened many times. I've watched it happen many times. You'll bounce back. I know you. I've seen how you run. You'll bounce back, pal.
Yeah, I was just trying to, I was trying to make a move. I'm in the playoffs, but man. Yeah, again, I apologize to everyone. Man, damn.
All right, dude. I will send you back to PGR Motorsports. If we don't talk to you at the end of the race tonight, you have a good night, and we'll see you next week, pal.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm glad to say that it wasn't anything that happened with him. He's perfectly fine. It was just a shifting issue. The minute he turned dead right, I was like, oh, I hope he didn't just get hurt or something, or glad it was just an iRacing thing and shifting at a wrong point. Good evening, Chase Baker. Thomas Meeks in the chat. Wait, you're in the chat? Does that mean you're not? How you doing that? You driving? How you talking? Well, we are about to go green. Pace car is on pit road. Jeff Tetro, Robert Hissong. Thank you, Buzzsprout. Thank you very much letting me know my episode has published or processed. Matthew Fleming ready to give a heck of a push to Jeff Tetro. And we are green, 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 green. 87 changes lanes before. I don't know if that's allowed. Looked like he came up right in front of teammate Robert Hissong for that. Looks like Kevin Bullock is trying to help out the 88 of Matthew Fleming. 24 laps to go in the American Badass Racing 250. It is about to get racy. You see Frankie Barroso and Steve Tucker cut to the inside, trying to get by these Badass Racing teammates on the outside. I hear an Eminem moment coming along with round the outside, round the outside. I know Chase Baker is here, so he might get a kick out of it. Look at that inside lane go, led by Frankie Barroso, Steve Tucker, Matt Smith, and Matthew Fleming. All put together very nicely, going strong. 23 laps to go. Ooh, Kevin Bullock looks to get in front of the badass outside lane. Jeff Tetra, Robert Hissong. Ooh, looks like Jonathan Wright, last week's winner and badass racing teammate, left them and went down to the inside. He said he wanted to win this race. We talked to him earlier. Unfortunately, my mistake leaving that chat muted. Very, very, very sorry about that. Here comes that outside led by Kevin Bullock. Kevin Bullock has been very strong all night tonight in that 62 Fulcrum track racer machine. Side by side as they come off of turn 2. Outside with the advantage. Is Kevin Bullock going to stay on that outside lane? Gonna have to. He might just lose. Oh, they are going to split him. Robert Hissong is not going to go with his teammate. Oh, there he goes. I lied. But that's going to give an excellent run to that inside. Jonathan Wright getting out of line just a little bit. Thought about going with his teammates. Oh, 4 wide. 4 wide. They're getting kicked around. Oh, teammates collide.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
That will be Mitch Diamond's probably done for the race now. Here we go. We're going to watch it from Diamond's race car. Gonna put it in slow motion. 4 wide. It looks like the 82 comes up into Jeff Tetro. That's Matt Oplinger. And that's gonna push Robert Hissong into Oplinger. And they're all just gonna lose it here. Robert Hissong is just along for the ride. Teammates, 3 teammates involved there. Mike Bennett, another playoff driver. Well, I know Mitch Diamond is hoping very much that that those stage points in stage 1 and 2 move him along into the next round of the playoffs. Oh, turning that vehicle into a modified. Up front, we are under caution with less than 20 laps to go. Alright, I'm seeing Let's Go Beer Nuts by Joe again in the chat. We'll show you the Beer Nuts machine. There he is. Matthew Fleming, currently sitting in the 4th position. In the 6th position, it is the Racing Corner podcast machine of Josh King. You could also find that podcast, the Racing Corner podcast, pretty much exactly where you could find the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. Apple, Spotify, Anchor. I use Buzzsprout. Probably Google Podcasts. Maybe iHeartRadio if they have it set up. Stitcher. The Racing Corner podcast is a podcast where they get together weekly and talk about the races in motorsports throughout the weekend. Be on the lookout with that show for some very cool guests to be popping up soon. There it is, sponsor of Josh King. Give you guys a nice little plug. I just downloaded a couple episodes. So I'll have something to listen to at work tomorrow. Looks like we have about a lap and a half before we go green. Big incident just about a lap and a half ago going into turn one, almost knocking out all the drivers of the American Badass Racing team. Your highest runner in that team is Jonathan Wright, currently sitting in that 7th position. Robert Hissong is out. Mitch Diamond is currently running a modified with that 65 Budweiser Badass scheme. Josh Larson doesn't look to be too bad. And Jeff Tetro, not looking bad there, but he is all the way back in the 13th position. All right, the lights are off in the pace car. We are half a lap away from going green. Frankie Bararso, Steve Tucker, your front row. Matt Smith, Matthew Fleming, your second row. Chase, I love you very much. I love you very much. Caleb Matthew, yeah. Thank you for supporting a driver in the Wheels America Cup Series. I very much appreciate seeing small businesses like podcasts, treats, like we saw on the 3 car of Ryan Piscato. I enjoy seeing small businesses represented. Hell, I sponsored 2 races with my podcast in the Wheels America Cup Series. While everyone is watching, go ahead and leave a like on the stream. While you hit that subscribe button and ding dong that bell. I love you, Chase. But here we go. We're getting ready to go green. Chase Baker's an admin of the Thunderstorm League of Racing on Wednesday nights when they run Xfinity cars. I think they are heading to Talladega next week. Kevin Bullock comes down to the inside. Going to get right in front of the 7 of Josh King. Steve Tucker, your race leader right now, followed by Matthew Fleming, Frankie Bararso, and Matt Smith. That is your top 4. 5th place is non-playoff driver Kevin Bullock. 16 laps to go. Boy, is it gonna get hairy. Some drivers want in. We are up to speed. And man, look at that inside lane go. Now, before it is too late, why don't we do a quick crank it up?
And caution is out. Caution is out.
And the caution is out. Let's see what caused that. Wanting us to go see Mike Corvu. He is the 77 in the outside. You see him over. Yep, there he is. Let's see. Gonna put it in real time. Oh, it just gets bunched up and he's gonna spin like a top into that outside lane. Let's back that up just a little bit to see what happens in front of him. Gonna go into his far chase cam. Ooh, Kevin Bullock comes up and stacks up that outside lane. Ooh, you see Blake Lothing get a little loose. And Reese Kelva just can't get out of it fast enough and sends Corvu spinning like a top on the backstretch. Getting close to the end of the race, so this is 100% to be expected. And Mike in that 77 is almost 20 laps down as well. Alright, we're going to see people come down pit road. No, a couple people faking it. So with that being said, why don't we take another commercial break for the Wheels America Cup Series and the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
You're watching All-Star 15 TV. To bring you all the action from Derby, Connecticut, here is AJ Capote.
And we are back. Back again. Probably coming around to grab the one to go, which means we will be going with just about 10 laps to go in the American Badass Racing 250. Going through the oval, heading towards the start-finish line. It's the only track the start-finish line is after the pit road. And the lights are off on the pace car, sending Matthew Fleming to the outside. Or not. Looks like Steve Tucker is going to take the outside. Maybe that's a little strategy, question mark. Thank you everybody watching here tonight. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe to All-Star 15 TV. Everything helps to promote the channel further. We just hit 100 subscribers today. thank you very much to everybody who has hit that subscribe button and the like button. The chat is open. We're going to go green with just about 10 laps remaining. So, with that being said, who do you got winning this race? Is it going to be Matthew Fleming, Steve Tucker, Frankie Bararso, Matt Smith? Is it going to be a playoff driver? Or are we going to see possibly Kevin Bullock or Blake Lothan or Travis Twitty? Take your pick. Who's winning this race? But before we figure that out, we're just about a half a lap away from going green once again. Don't forget, after the broadcast tonight, please go check out the Racing Corner podcast. That is the sponsor on the 7 car of Josh King. You see it right there. Also, go check out the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast with the new episode dropping tomorrow. It is the review and recap of The Boys season number 2, while June 3rd brings out season number 3. Here we go, heading towards the restart box. Matthew Fleming, Steve Tucker, leader Steve Tucker on the outside. And away he goes. Going to stack up just a little bit on the inside. Steve Tucker gets clear, and will he come down? Not yet. There he goes, bringing Matt Smith along with him. Good charge on this inside lane. See a lot of green fenders there. Playoff drivers do consist of the top 3, Steve Tucker, Matt Fleming, and Matt Smith, Matthew Fleming. You have Frankie Bararso, Josh King, Jonathan Wright, who won last week, the only driver so far that really is safe. Mitch Diamond in 11th, Jeff Tetro in 12th, Josh Larson in 13th. And those are your playoff drivers as they run. You see all those green on the inside. It is moving forward time. Up front is Steve Tucker with 9 laps to go. Gonna be getting a little antsy. You see American Badass Racing kick out a line. Mitch Diamond in that modified, still running pretty competitive times in the draft. Should have no problem keeping that engine cool with no front bumper. About to make a third lane on that outside with Blake Lothan and Adam Newbert. You can see Jonathan Wright trying his hardest to get that lane moving. Not being very successful with it. It is the Camping World 10 to go. See a lot of green starting to spread out. It's starting to get closer to go time. Big run could be coming from that inside or outside. We have a 3-car breakaway up front. Would not be surprised if we see Frankie Bararso just gunshot right by the 88 and move to the high side. And we will see. Can't really go anywhere now with Jonathan Wright kind of pinching him in there. Outside lane is getting more vehicles to help push that further. They are up to 4th. And with 6 laps to go. think Mitch Diamond in that outside probably not helping with all that damage. That's why they swapped him back a vehicle. The 51 of Josh Larson going to try to pull that outside lane. I really hope I'm not starting to lose my voice. I can hear it cracking. Still got interviews after this race, so stick with All-Star 15 TV. At the conclusion of this race, we will talk to the top 3 drivers here tonight. Here comes the 51 and the 04 and the 7 on the outside. That's Wright. Oh, that's Larson, Wright, and King. Moving a little bit further, they have made it to 3rd place on that outside lane. Coming to 5 to go. Steve Tucker, your race leader right now. Doing a very good job with the side drafting. Larson holding a very pretty wheel in that 51 Chevy Exxon. Gonna be to the lead right now. He's gonna stay up top with his teammate. At least I think they're teammates. Clear, the 51 is clear and leaves the 04 to dry. Josh Larson blocking big time in front of Steve Tucker. Possibly trying to slow up that inside lane. You're not going to see that happen with 4 laps to go. 4 more trips around this racetrack. Here we go down the backstretch. Tucker and Smith pushing very hard. Tucker's going to go out of line. Still bobbling just a little bit. Here comes Jonathan Wright. Frankie Bararso losing positions on the inside. Gonna drop all the way back behind the 21. Let's see how far back he has fallen. He has fallen all the way to 15th place. The last car of this lead pack. 3 laps to go. Down the backstretch. See people fanning out. Can't use the apron as an advantage. Honestly, Frankie Bararso might be sitting pretty, but look at this outside lane go. They left the 51 of Josh Larson to the outside. They all go. Complete the pass. Oh, and there goes the 88 spinning. We stay green. No caution has come out. 88 goes hard into the wall. Gets it going again. Steve Tucker with the dual popsicle sticks in the air. Followed by Matt Smith and Kevin Bullock. Here comes the 04 Jonathan Wright to the outside of Kevin Bullock. Tucker and Smith go to block that outside lane. Man, you can definitely tell that 35 is pushing hard. Would not be surprised if Steve Tucker ended up towards the inside wall. Just by the way they are fishtailing. Jonathan Wright to the extreme outside. White flag in the air, white flag in the air. Jonathan Wright clears Steve Tucker with the help of Josh Larson. But did they get out too far? Did they get out too far? Here comes the run. Oh, big spin on the backstretch. We are still green at the moment. The 04 goes to block Steve Tucker. Heading Out of turn 4. The 04 gets turned. 04 gets turned. Steve Tucker gonna make it back to the line. Very close finish. Your winner is Steve Tucker. But let's see who finishes second and third. Back it up just a little bit further. Give me time to do this. Let's see if we could stop it just in time. We know Tucker wins the race. And it looks like Matt Smith, Josh King, then Frankie Bararso, Josh Larson, and Jeff Tetro. So let's go talk to our race winner, Steve Tucker. See if we can get a hold of him. And here he is, race winner, Steve Tucker. Steve Tucker, AJ Capola in the NDNT broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Oh, what's up, man?
Give me one sec. My headset seems to have shut off. Steve, what a crazy last couple laps to conclude the American Badass 250. Wow. Congratulations on your win and your advancement into the round of 8. What are your thoughts after that wonderful 90-lap event?
Man, that was stressful. That was so stressful, dude. Oh my word. I knew entering this race that I'd be a favorite for sure, because I mean Daytona was obviously a huge, it's just, I don't know, something about super speedway racing I've got figured out. And huge shout out obviously to just everybody, man. I mean, like everybody from TFR, the PGR guys worked together with us today, and I'm pretty sure we helped Matt Smith get into the playoffs. So I'm really pumped about it. Unfortunately, we had a lot of, not a lot of wrecks actually. The race overall was really damn good.
You had 5 or 6 cautions. It was absolutely fantastic, and 2 of those cautions were the stage breaks.
Yeah,
it was a fantastic race whatsoever.
I couldn't believe the stage finishes, man. They were intense and side by side. I will say a couple things I wanted to just get out of the way, just for the viewers at home. I actually did make a mistake in making this session. This race should have been 75% fuel, just because for me, I mentioned that. Just because typically I like to make more of the action like with the big packs, right, and not necessarily fuel strat. It just makes for a more exciting race instead of like a single file or different packs kind of mixed everywhere. But overall, so that was a bad move on my part. Just a mistake. But overall, I mean, considering the race was unbelievable. So and then the second thing, I just want to apologize to John Wright at the end there. I was right behind him. He made a move on the outside of me, and I wasn't going to lift, and I didn't. And, in that split decision, I'm like, you know what? He won last week, man. And I'm trying to get into the playoffs too. I'm trying to go for a win. So hopefully no hard feelings, but definitely a lot of respect for the boys out there for sure. Definitely the American Badass Racing guys. And also a big shout out to them for putting on this race as a sponsor. So definitely appreciate everybody here. But yeah, man, it's a big win. It's a huge win. And I don't know, man, we're going to go celebrate.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Cinco de Mayo still has about 35 minutes left. Grab your tequila bottles, and as one of my favorite songs, it's called Bottoms Up.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, hey, just a huge shout out again to TFR, Texas Family Racing. Just my teammates, Frankie, Matt, and Reese, just for an awesome race. The PGR, big shout out to Brandon, Matt Smith, Jesse Erdman, and Travis Twitty for working together today as an alliance. And just huge shout out to Douglas Distributing on the hood, and definitely all the other sponsors. Sorry, MK2, Beer Nuts, all these guys, man. It's so cool. I'm on cloud nine. I kind of didn't expect to win that, especially at the end. I didn't want to be that guy to wreck somebody, but I wasn't gonna lift, and it's turn 4. So.
I don't blame you. I love Jonathan Wright. We've had multiple conversations, him and myself, but to win a race, especially in the playoffs and coming towards the line, stuff happens.
Yeah, it definitely does. So, yeah, man, thanks for putting on a great show. Hopefully people at home or watching definitely enjoyed it. I know I did. And
I 100%
yeah, we'll get you guys next week.
I tried to plug as many sponsors as possible, especially with the playoff drivers.
Yeah.
So
good stuff.
You being the league owner, you should be happy. But we will talk to you later, pal.
Absolutely. Have a good one, guys.
See you later. Let's talk to our second place finisher, Matt Smith, in that 35. Matt Smith, AJ Capola in the NDNT booth. Do you have a copy?
Got a copy.
Hey, Matt. Holy cow. That might have just helped you get into the round of 8. We won't know until the official results come through, but holy crud. Coming to the line, do you need another pair of undies or something? Because I would have crapped myself many times.
No, I don't think I would need another pair of undies, but I know I'm probably going to need smaller sized shirts after all this sweat I've been sweating out.
Oh,
Jesus is nervous.
Oh, I can imagine. 90 laps around Talladega Super-Speedway at speed for a good 95% of it. Mm-hmm. You were front to back all race tonight. Take us through the race. How did it go for you? You finished second, so spill the beans.
Yeah. At the beginning of the race, my whole intention was to be up front because I need every single point possible that I could get, to be able to get into the 8. So I think I finished 3rd the first stage and 4th the second. I may be wrong. I can't remember. But I know I needed stage points definitely to help me to get to the next level. And there at the end, I waited, and just again, I don't know what it is with these super speedway races. I always end up finishing second. I don't know what it is.
Hey, finishing second might suck because you're finishing second and didn't get the win, but points-wise, and especially in the playoffs, I would sit happy for a second because there are 30 other positions you could possibly be in.
Mm-hmm. I think overall the race was a good race. I feel as a driver, there's a lot of people that showed a lot of patience out there. At the end, of course, it's going to get a little dicey, but overall, I thought it might have been a good race that we put on for the fans tonight.
Yeah, it was a great show, at least from a broadcasting standpoint. Y'all did a wonderful job, and I cannot wait to see, and I mean cannot wait to see the round of 8 going into next week, which is Bristol. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a crap show, but in other terms that we can't say on air, but I'm looking forward to it. It's not the end of the world if the race doesn't end the way I want it to, but hopefully we can get up front and get at least a win there. That'd be great.
All right, dude. Got any sponsors on that 35 that you want to plug real fast?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Brandon E-Snacks and Ace of Apes for sponsoring the car this year, and I also want to give a huge shout out to my PGR teammates and also to Texas Family Racing. We did good tonight. Proud of all these guys.
I see what you did there. I see how you dropped your S-bomb. I see it.
yeah, see? I don't want the FCC coming after us.
All right, Matt, you have a wonderful night. We'll talk to you at Bristol.
You too, brother. See you next week.
See ya. All right, let's talk to the Racing Corner podcast driver who finished 3rd. It is Josh King. Josh King, AJ Capola in the NDNT booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you, sir.
Hey, you had some fans in the chat room tonight, and you put on a hell of a show. So take us through your race and pretty much break it down to where you ended up finishing 3rd. How'd the car feel? How'd you drive? How was traffic?
It felt good. It's tough to kind of get anything going because everything's so sporadic, and everything's changing so quick. So like you're riding with one line and it's got the momentum, and then things shake up in literally a split second, and then you don't have the momentum anymore. So track's position was a little bit tougher for us tonight, but came out with a good finish, so that's good. But I was doing some math before you pulled me on here with the playoff bubble. I'm not sure it's going to be enough to get me in to the next round of playoffs, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it was a good race. I know some, probably big wrecks. It's what fans hope to see on the super speedways. But you're just hopeful that you're not the one in it. So thankfully, we didn't get involved in anything and able to keep the car clean. And yeah, didn't even put a set of tires on it. So just fuel all night.
Yeah, you did a very good job keeping that number 7, the Racing Corner podcast, up front. And before we get into any more questions, you can check that podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, Anchor, weekly episodes. Gonna have some special guests coming up soon per Caleb Matthew. But man, it was fun to watch you drive tonight. And I mean, to the outside, to the inside, just moving up through the pack. It's going to be very unfortunate if you don't make the cut, because every week you are one of the drivers that is absolutely fun to watch.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I had a run going there, and it kind of worked how I wanted it to. Last season in this race, we were coming to the line. I was the leader and just got passed, and I just kind of had a good. That's usually how it goes down at these tracks. So I didn't really want to be the leader. I wanted to be right where I was, so that whenever guys started making moves, that it kind of broke up their momentum, and I could get a big run with the draft to try to shoot past them. And Matt in the 35 did a good job of putting a side draft on me to pull me back a little bit. I think that's what kept me from getting closer to Steve there at the end. But that was a lot of fun, though, to be able to have some clean air there at the end and kind of have that that checkered flag in sight. So it was fun to do.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll see you next week at Bristol. I know I gave you a little bit of a plug about the Racing Corner podcast and everything, but is there any other sponsors of you or on that car that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just Racing Corner podcast, Bottom Shelf Diecast too, with the custom diecast models. I don't know if they're still available or not. He had some cool diecast models of the trucks, and actually had them in some of the dirt from the Bristol track. And so it's the dirt scheme inside of a jar with Bristol dirt in it. So pretty cool
nice
thing that you could go pick up if a fan of the dirt race is there. So they've got some cool stuff. So yeah, that's really about it as far as sponsors go. As always, thankful to Lord for being so good to me and allowing me to do this and have some fun with these guys. It's racing is so finicky. Sometimes you have good nights. Last week was not my night, and just didn't have a good night. And but nonetheless, it's fun to come out each week, hang out with these guys, and have some fun. So just thankful for the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, man. Can't wait to see you at Bristol next week. You always put on a good show, like I said. But until then, we will talk to you later, Josh. You have a nice week.
You too. See you next week.
All right, that was your third place finisher, Josh King, and concluding our top 3 interviews of the night. On your screen are the results of the race. Won by Steve Tucker. Matt Smith does come in second, and Josh King comes home with the final podium position in third. Going through the rest of the results. So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. It's an absolute pleasure to broadcast for the Wheels America Cup Series, and wholeheartedly, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Fantastic race here at Talladega. Can't wait to see what Bristol brings us next week. And until then, everybody, stay fun, stay safe, and stay classy. We will see you on the next broadcast. Please go check out all the sponsors that you heard tonight and see in just moments. Y'all have a good one, everybody.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.